On this back-to-school edition of Inside Education, a new school year, a new superintendent, new budget cuts, and new schools. Before the doors officially open, we'll take you inside one of the Clark County School District's brand new elementary schools.
You know, right now it's a building, but the day the kids show up, it'll be a school.
Then, are your students registered? It's quick and easy, but so very, very important. We'll show you how to register your kids for both class and bus service. Plus, a closer look at recent budget cuts. We talked to the author of an analysis published by the Kenny Gwynn Center for Policy Priorities. By the way, she is a CCSD student. Plus, we're here at the School Nutrition Association National Conference. This is where school districts come to meet with food vendors to find out what's new for breakfast and lunch on school menus. We'll take you on a tour coming up on Inside Education.
The cornerstone of education is getting to know a student first.
We want to make sure that we're supporting families and students.
I think that the community should know that their voice counts.
Reading is the doorway to everything that we do in education.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Inside Education. I'm your host, Mitch Truswell. Are you ready? Hard to believe, but summer is almost over and a new school year is about to begin. The first day of school for the Clark County School District is earlier than usual. Classes start on Monday, August 13th. But before the first bell rings for some 323,000 students, there are things students, parents, staff, and community members should know, and we are here to help. During this special back-to-school episode, we'll get an inside look at some of the new schools that will open in August and let you know how to register your child for class if you haven't already. We'll also provide answers about bus service, school lunch, recent budget cuts, and let you know about other important resources. But we begin with a big change for the fifth largest school district in the nation, a new superintendent. Dr. Jesus Jara started his new job as head of the Clark County School District in June. He is spending his first months on a listening tour to meet with the Board of School Trustees, district employees, families, and community leaders to learn firsthand about the needs of students, employees, families, and the community. We'll get a chance to sit down with Dr. Jara in 2 weeks for a special School Matters edition of Inside Education. Dr. Jara will be joined by School Board President Deanna Wright. That episode of School Matters with the new superintendent airs Thursday, August 9th at 7:30 p.m. right here on Vegas PBS. We hope you tune in. The new superintendent has a big job, but some of the biggest challenges he'll face may likely be the effects of the recent budget cuts. This summer, district leaders approved approximately $68 million in cuts from its 2018-2019 General Operating Fund. $47 million of those cuts came directly from individual school budgets. The Kenny Gwynn Center for Policy Priorities recently put out an analysis of these cuts, authored by a Clark County School District student. Joining me now is Nancy Brune, Executive Director of the Gwynn Center, and Paulina Kerrigan, the author, also a student from Las Vegas Academy. Welcome to both of you. So this seems like a really big job, Paulina, and you were able to put all the facts and figures together. Seems like this would take a really long time.
Yeah, it took a very long time. I believe I was working on it for about a week, like 8 hours a day kind of thing. And then we, towards the end, another intern also helped me with the school budget part, and it was very time consuming.
Nancy, this is part of kind of the mission of, I call it, you said we can call it the Gwynn Center. What is the mission? What are you trying to do by putting together projects like this and analysis?
So the Gwynn Center is a statewide bipartisan policy institute, and our goal is to provide data-driven analysis to decision makers. And so by providing this data, we hope that folks in the community will have a better understanding of what's going on. We hope to drive conversations and help people look for solutions to some of the issues facing the Clark County School District and other folks in the education space.
Sure. So Paulina, what did you learn, or what should we take away from this analysis? You kind of went in to see how these cuts affected all the schools. What did you find out?
I found pretty much that the cuts were pretty equitable across The levels of schools, so elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools were cut equitably across themselves. High schools were cut more because high schools and 7th and 8th grade don't have any kind of restrictions on class sizes, but elementary schools have very strict restrictions.
Right.
So they need more teachers like automatically, and magnet schools and Title I were cut less.
So were you thinking that possibly you'd find that some schools, some areas were hit less? That was kind of, you were thinking, I wonder if that's going to happen? Is that what your thinking was?
I thought it might because especially when I was looking at the budgets for some of the schools didn't look right. About 75 of the schools didn't have budgets that looked quite right. But when we looked at the data overall, it looked totally fine and equitable overall.
Yeah, and Nancy, your thoughts on this? You think this is something the school district should use to promote that they're being very fair?
Yes, I mean, I think I had the same hypothesis, or my thinking was the same, that we thought there would be discrepancies or sort of inequities across trustee district, but clearly after we saw the data, the district did a lot of hard work and good thinking in making sure that the pain was spread across geographic district, different types of schools, Title I schools, and so I think the community really can appreciate the hard work and thinking that leadership did within the school district to make sure that the pains were distributed evenly.
So Paulina is an intern, we should let people know. Why was it important for her to do this project for the Gwynn Center? And you said you'd hire her if you could.
Yes, her analysis was impeccable, and the rigor with which she looked at the data. We actually, based on our work on workforce development, we think it's really important for our students in Clark County to have internships and apprenticeships so that when they graduate, are job and skill ready to go into the workforce. So we are happy to have Paulina, and we hope to have other interns from other area schools next summer.
In the future, okay, good. Well, good work, Paulina. Keep it up. Thanks so much for your time today. Well, you can read the analysis for yourself, and you can also find other research on tax cuts, Medicaid funding, and federal revenue streams in Nevada on the Kenny Gwynn Center for Policy Priorities website. That's gwynnCenter.org. Clark County School District leaders will open 4 new elementary schools to start this 2018-2019 school year. Kenneth Divich at Farm Road and Jensen Street, Robert and Sandy Ellis at Beltrata Avenue and Via Italia, Dennis Ortwine at Dean Martin Drive and I-15, and Shirley Barber Elementary School at Spencer and Pyle Avenue. Inside Education's Kathy Topp recently took a tour through the soon-to-open Barber Elementary School. Kathy, we hope those schools are ready for students.
They are. Mitch, the schools are built using funds from the bond program. Now, that's a different source of money than the operating budget that saw the recent cuts. In 2015, the state legislature allowed for 10 years of bonding authority to construct new schools and renovate existing schools in some of the district's most overcrowded areas. As you may recall, several schools opened during the last school year, and 4 new elementary schools will officially open their doors on August 13th.
Very few have an appreciation for how big the school district is.
And it's only getting bigger.
Here's a literacy classroom, and this is gifted and talented.
Barber Elementary is one of 4 new elementary schools to open this August.
We have about 3 weeks before the kids arrive.
Each new school is approximately 100,000 square feet and cost $30 million each to build and furnish.
So many of the schools in this area are overcrowded, and there's a lot of development going on at the same time.
Crews are busy putting bookshelves together in the new school library, and teachers are already starting to move in supplies. Barber Elementary School's new principal, Nicole Coloma.
And that's what we're all shooting for. That's all what we're working for, is that this is an amazing place that the kids get to come to, and they're going to be in awe because this building is so amazing and it has every technological feature that you could want.
Like state-of-the-art classrooms and a kindergarten wing, and even a water fountain equipped to refill water bottles.
The kids and the parents are going to walk through here and they're going to be amazed.
But first, parents need to make sure their students are registered.
It's really important that parents register for the new school year.
At CCSD's Student Record Services Department, staff is busy tracking registrations all over the school district.
It's extremely easy to register your child. If you're using the parent portal, we've pre-filled that application for you with the information that we have from Infinite Campus, making it 5 minutes or less for you to complete that registration as an existing family. If you're a new family, we tried to streamline the process as well. We've moved a lot of questions to the household level that apply to all the students that are going to be registering.
New students will still need to visit their school to show proof of identity, residency, and immunization records.
I've been in a portable at a remote location waiting to move in. I've only been in this building a week and a half.
Back at Barber, about 600 of the projected 750 students are already registered, and final projects are being tackled by crews.
It's mostly just paving and landscaping and some fence work that just needs to be done on the exterior of the school. Pretty much the building is done.
The school will be ready for students come August 13th. A new school for a new school year about to begin.
Every kid that comes in here is going to be lucky to be attending Shirley Barber.
So the 4 new schools aren't the only projects going on right now. Students at nearly 20 other schools will be moving from portable classrooms to new classroom additions. And there are projects like new air conditioning units, new roofs, and playground services going on as well. So it's a very busy time of year. Now, we wanted to give you a few links for that registration information. You can find links for both school and bus registration on the Clark County School District's website, that's ccsd.net. The school district also has a special website dedicated to the Capital Improvement Plan with maps of new and planned schools, information about the bond, and even video of the construction process. You can find that at capitalimprovementplan.ccsd.net. Mitch?
Kathy, thank you. If you prefer not to go online to learn about or prepare for the new school year, mark your calendars for the upcoming Cox Back to School fairs being held at Valley shopping malls. The fairs are free and open to the public and are a one-stop shop for everything back to school. For example, you can learn about things like registration, zoning, Infinite Campus, and there will even be immunization clinics. Upcoming fairs are scheduled for Saturday, July 29, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Boulevard Mall. Saturday, August 5th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Meadows Mall, and Saturday, August 12th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at downtown Summerlin. Registering for school, even attending school, is a challenge for those students who are considered homeless. The Clark County School District has a department whose mission is to remove barriers for homeless students so they can attend school and become successful. Kelly Jo Shapek is coordinator of the program Title I Hope. Teresa Butler is a CCSD graduate who is helped by the program. Thanks, both of you, for being here today.
Thank you.
Kelly Jo, let's start with you. Give us an idea. There are many different conditions that a student could be in that would define them as homeless. Can you give us a couple of those so we understand?
Sure. Our largest population of students are living in a doubled up or multifamily situation. So that means they living with other families, relatives, friends, neighbors, because their family has lost housing or been forced out of their homes. So we have 2-3 families living in a 2-bedroom apartment. You have children living on the floor, and oftentimes I've seen a family living in garages. So that would be our largest population. And then we also have hotel motel families.
Right.
They're living in the weeklies because they don't pay first and last month's rent, so they're just making it week by week. And then we work very closely with our shelters. So we identify students who are living in the shelters and then unsheltered, so they're living in cars, parks, or on the street.
Wow. Yeah. That's quite a diverse, a lot of options, a lot of conditions, I should say.
Right.
Teresa, I know when you were in high school, I know you're now at UNLV in the Scholars Program because you did so well in high school, but you actually came in contact with Title I in high school because you were homeless yourself.
Yes.
What did they provide to you that made the process of getting to school, getting what you need, easier?
It started, I didn't even know about Title I Hope, but I remember getting bus passes from them. And then I was like, I need more help. And then my counselor directed me towards, well, do you need clothes? And I ended up talking to the staff there, and I ended up getting more help than I really thought I could ever get. Getting more clothes, like more support, and even getting help getting in college.
Did it make a difference? I mean, had you not come in contact with them, I don't know if you can define how much more difficult this would be to get through high school, which is hard enough.
I definitely would not be in college right now. I don't even want to think about where I would be if I didn't have them, because they made it so much easier because no one else could have helped me the way they did.
Right. Kelly Jo, I asked you approximately how many students are defined as homeless, more than 15,000 in the Clark County School District alone, right?
Yes.
What kind of services can you provide to students?
Well, primarily we're an enrollment program. You know, we're helping students get in school without proper documentation. You know, so last year we had a lot of families come in from the California fires, the Houston floods, where we have families that have fled domestic violence or just somehow forced out of their homes, and so they're leaving their documents behind. So it's very difficult to get enrolled in school or to prove who you are or to prove where you live without that documentation. So our program really does help support them to make sure students are enrolled so that they can be successful.
Right. It's whatever it takes to get them into school.
Right. So the enrollment piece, and then we also provide, like she said, the bus passes talking about school of origin. So that's another big part of our program. If you are enrolled in school and you lose your home and you have to go to another school zone, our program helps you stay at that school to provide that stability for you to be successful.
And I understand it. So every school has a Title I Hope advocate. So that's how students are basically referred to you under normal circumstances, right?
Absolutely. With such a large school district, we rely heavily on our school personnel. And so our advocates, we ask that they every year share information with teachers, with, you know, sometimes our advocates are counselors or social workers, so we ask them to share our information with their staff because they're the ones that see students, the changes in what they're wearing, or did they come to school every day and now they're not coming to school on time. So those little changes are really those red flags to say, oh, there's this program that may be able to assist.
Able to help.
Right.
Teresa, before we go quickly, what would you say to someone who's watching this that knows someone who has a homeless student or is a homeless student themselves? Should they reach out and get help?
Title I Hope is like the necessary like step to make it out of like the situation you have. And I think without that, that's where all of us like kind of like everything becomes stagnant, and they help us like move forward from the situation that we're not meant to even be in.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate your time, both of you, and continued success. If you would like to learn more about the Title I Hope program, you can find it at the address on your screen. You can also call Title I Hope at 702-855-6682. Nearly 2/3 of Clark County School District students are eligible for free or reduced price meals. The program is part of the National School Lunch Breakfast Program that provides meals every school day. Eligibility is determined by family size as well as income. Applications for meal benefits must be completed each school year. Only one application is needed per household. A reminder that it takes 10 operating days to process an application. You can apply online at myschoolapps.com or also in the main food service office. If you have questions about benefits, you can also call 1-800-819-7556. Well, speaking of school meals, have you ever thought about how something actually gets on the menu in the Clark County School District? All public schools must provide foods that meet some pretty strict dietary guidelines required by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. It just so happens there is a conference to help districts offer healthy and enticing meals, and this year it was held here in Las Vegas. Deep inside an exhibit hall at Mandalay Bay is where thousands of food service directors and staff from school districts across the country are on the hunt for something new. The School Nutrition Association's National Conference is where they can find it. Hundreds of food vendors, some with very well-known names, are offering breakfast and lunch items that first meet school guidelines and second are aimed at the sometimes picky clientele, students.
This is like the highlight, you know, of working in school nutrition is that we get to come. They have an annual school nutrition conference, and so it's all the vendors come out, and luckily it's in Las Vegas this year.
Among the thousands attending the conference is Christine Saheb, a registered dietitian with CCSD. We tagged along as she searched for new menu items, new ideas, and new recipes.
So I love that these concepts that they have here. So here is like a pulled pork type slider. So it looks like they mixed it they just put some carrots, tomatoes, lettuce. It's simple, but that's what the kids like. And they put this Carolina Gold barbecue sauce. Okay. They also have a really interesting trying. It's a cheeseburger meatloaf that if you try it, it's even better than just a regular burger.
Also catching her eye at the Tyson booth, a sweet and sour chicken and a chicken and waffle combination, where the batter tastes like a waffle. Saheb is also looking for more ethnic and spicier options. That's because students, especially high schoolers, ask for it. So, you want to come over here and sample this? You got the chow mein and the Szechuan chicken.
Yes, this is a spicy Szechuan. It's hard to pronounce chicken.
Yes.
This was really appealing to me just because the chow mein is 51% whole grain, which of course it needs to be whole grain to be on our menu.
Right.
And the incorporation of the vegetables, it's very appealing to kids. They're going to want to eat, you know, the celery, the onions, the carrots when they see it in here. You want to take a try?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Tell me what you think.
Try them together. Oh yeah, that's good.
Also in demand by a growing number of students, vegetarian and vegan options. But how do you know if the students will like it? Taste test?
We would do all the taste testing. So we would purchase this, take it out. We have almost 1,000 student workers. We test it with them. It has to at least get a 7 or greater from a 1 to 10 scale.
Wow.
If they like it, if it gets a 7 or greater, we try it on the menu.
In addition to entrees, Saheb also keeps an eye out for things she's not seen before. In this case, a type of healthy sorbet.
I thought this booth was pretty cool because what it's doing is it's like a little treat for the kids, but it counts as a half cup of fruit.
Among all the new items and options available at the convention, Diane Pratt-Havner of the School Nutrition Association says some trends are clear. Students increasingly want menu variety and the kinds of options they often find at a restaurant. Achieving that's the tough part.
School meals have to meet federal nutrition standards, so every school lunch has to offer fruits, vegetables, milk, whole grains, and lean proteins. And the trick is to offer all those foods on a limited budget in a way that's appealing to kids.
We should mention there are many other educational sessions at the convention that help keep food service staff up to date on a number of important food issues. Joining us now to discuss some of the changes coming to the CCSD school menu this year are Christine Saheb and Lori Hayon. Both are registered dietitians and licensed nutritionists with the Clark County School District. Welcome, or welcome back, I should say, because I know you've come on here, which is great. We love to have you guys on here. One of the big changes this year, Lori, we'll start with you, is the way parents and students will access the menu. There's a change coming.
There certainly is. We're using a new software platform called NutriSlice, and it will be a way that the parents can see real-time information on the menus, so nutrition information, allergens, our Taste It Tuesday items, our new items.
Sure. And this is available then on a laptop, on a mobile phone?
Both.
All of the above.
Text?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. But for people that still want to do it the old way, I'm sure that they can find it somewhere. Is there?
They find it in the same location.
Same location,
So if they're
okay.
used to printing it, there'll be an option to print the menu.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So let's talk about some new menu items. Yeah, Christina, let's talk to you about that. So we have a couple of things you can talk about now.
Yes, I can let you know a
Divulge.
couple.
Okay. Yeah.
So for August, we have cheeseburger nachos. So kind of like just a fusion of their two favorite items, putting
Right.
them together.
Right.
And that's going to be for secondaries.
Okay.
And
So
then
that means
for-
high school?
Yeah, and middle school.
And middle school, okay.
Yeah. And then for breakfast, we're going to have French toast, and we've made these homemade warm peaches that will be paired with it. And then for all of our salad bars, we wanted to come up with different themes. So each month we're going to have a new theme just to kind of keep it exciting for them, to keep wanting to go back to the salad bar.
Because I know you're pushing the produce,
Yes.
fresh fruit, that sort of thing. When you say
Yeah.
themed, what do you mean? Like it's going to be?
Yes.
Can you divulge?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We already have it planned out
Okay.
earlier, but we're going to be starting with like a nice Waldorf salad, and so it has the grapes and the celery. We are in a free facility, so there's going to be no nuts.
Okay.
And then we have things like barbecue chicken salad, a Mediterranean salad, an Asian salad. So.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah,
okay.
Caesar.
Yeah, we
And
have
Caesar.
Caesar.
Okay, great.
Can't forget Caesar.
Yeah. So, Lori, the USDA requires that there are a lot of things that they have to. School meals have to be low in fat, low in sodium, all these things. Whole grains, you have to have all those things. What is the toughest part about finding new items? Is one of those more difficult than the other, finding new items that are appealing?
There is. It's generally sodium because there's a lot of fat replacements. Like you can bake something and put applesauce in it, but with sodium, everyone's used to that appeal, that taste profile. So to find things that are lower sodium,
But
that
taste.
are palatable, that the students like, has been quite a challenge.
Right.
So we hunt around at the shows and see what we can find that tastes good, or if we could find something that we can enhance the taste.
Yeah, by adding some spice.
Yeah,
Kids
sure,
like spice.
spices.
That's
Yes.
something I learned, right?
Yes, very spicy. That's what a lot of the Asian dishes that we were able to visit too. Yeah, they were pretty spicy too. They had that Szechuan chicken. That
And
was
that's
good.
something that is asked for.
Yes, but it's secondary level mostly.
Mostly, okay. All right. So what else do parents need to know coming up this year? Anything?
Oh, goodness. Well, I think we're just really excited about the new platform. That, just going digital and, kind of saving paper is a good thing. So it's something
Okay.
that's pretty exciting.
That's good. Well, we appreciate the update and continued success in the food service department. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
A reminder that you can find your school's lunch menu online, either on the website of your child's school, or you can search for your child's school to find that month's menu calendar at ccsd.nutrislice.com/menu. We want to thank you for tuning into this special back-to-school edition of Inside Education. By the way, Thursday is our new night, so we hope you continue to tune in every other Thursday at 7:30. As always, you can catch this episode and past episodes of Inside Education on the Vegas PBS website or YouTube page. A reminder that the new school year starts on Monday, August 13th. It is coming up fast. So enjoy the rest of your summer break and get ready for a new school year. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks.